Yo, welcome in, y'all. It's Clutch here once again. I want to go over a few of our trades and the levels I am watching for tomorrow. Also, let me know in the comments if you want me to do some live trading on YouTube tomorrow for free. Um, we get some good comments. I'll hop in on YouTube. If not, I'll just stick to the Discord. But here's the levels you need to know for FOMC. So, if you never traded FOMC before, I do recommend that you either stay away or you size very light. Tomorrow is a risk off day, especially with the Mag 7, some of the Mag 7 earnings after hours tomorrow as well. So I believe that the fun should be Thursday and Friday, right? Thursday and Friday, that's where we should have the clear direction on where the market really wants to go. Are we going to keep going higher, grinding higher, or are we going to finally get a pullback to, to that 700 level and see if we can bounce from there? So, today, first red day for SPY since, last week. Well, 1 week ago, which is funny, right? SPY closed week last week, then obviously there was news, and it gapped up, and then, it hasn't really done much in this area up here, right? Don't mind these are my previous levels. But, as you can see here, we are grinding up slowly with the volume decreasing, right? RSI on the daily is also showing some kind of bearish divergence. Doesn't mean we're going to pull back right away, but we are kind of overextended on a daily time frame. Weekly time frame, not too much. There is bearish divergence, but the volume is still dying down as well. So, what levels are we looking for on SPY? Right, these are your main levels that you need to know. As long as you're below 712.50, you can't really go long. But at the same time, as long as you're above 709, you can go short, right? So this morning, I did catch some rejects off this 712 back into this demand down here, and then we ended up catching the end of day play from somewhere around 710.50 all the way to 712 on SPX, right? As you can see here, this morning we came and retested that 712, felt it, broke low day, entered some puts, some quick scalps back into this demand zone. Then we chopped here for about 2 hours, and finally breaking this change of character here and going back into that supply, right? So essentially, anywhere in between here is a no trade zone. Up here, you short. Down here, you go long until it's broken, right? So let's go over these levels again. You get below 709, you go short, right? You get below 709, hold, retest, go short. 706 is your next big level. Here you can watch for a possible bounce if you missed a short. And obviously, if we break that, then you want to see that break and retest all the way back down to 703, right? 703, 702 is that big area of demand. So we can move this a little bit more. There you go. 702, 703 is that big area of demand. You break below this, then it's literally lights out into 700, then 698. Okay, so mark those levels on your chart. I trade supply and demand, so that's why you see these boxes red. That means, hey, if I'm in longs, this is where I want to take some profit, right? Obviously, we break it, that turns into demand. So that's the bearish case for SPY, right? First time we've seen a failure of new all-time highs today, and we actually closed below today. But obviously, we have FOMC tomorrow, so a lot can happen. Especially being Powell's last dance with us, so we'll see how that goes. Hopefully they give us some good price action with Powell. Powell's last FOMC, maybe a little round of applause for my boy, right? So yeah, those are your demand levels on the downside, and if you lose them, they turn into supply, right? Obviously, you can always watch for a failure, reclaim, and then you go long back into those levels, right? So for the upside, pretty simple. You just have to reclaim 712.50, right? You reclaim 712.50, you hold, you watch for the retest, and you target 714, and possibly even as a gap fill all the way to 716, right? There's a gap fill up here. I believe if we reclaim, we'll start seeing that gap fill get filled up here from this morning, and could potentially start making this kind of inverse head and shoulders pattern, and send us a little bit higher, maybe 720, before we actually get a full pullback. You know what they say, sell in May and go away, right? We'll see how that goes next month. So, just be careful sizing tomorrow. If you're new, you do not want to put size on. You do not want to take that risk. Have some fun. Don't be scared of the market. Have some fun. Obviously, if you have a smaller account, you have to be more precise on what you take, right? So, yeah, these are your levels, what to watch for. And like I said, you wait for that break and retest. You can either wait for the break. If it doesn't hold, then you wait for the retest there to send us a little bit lower, right? So, we don't know what the market's going to do. We're just here to react. And yeah, let's go over a few more plays that we're in. Baidu. This is my little megaphone. So Baidu didn't decide to add today, right? Obviously, because we have FOMC tomorrow. But Baidu came back down and retested this trend line, right? Retested this trend line, kind of held, not the best closure. Decided not to add. Like I said, we have FOMC tomorrow. Even though we have time on these contracts, it's better to be safe than sorry, right? On a lower time frame, she is kind of making, potential inverse head and shoulders here with the hold of that trend line. So we'll see what it does tomorrow. Obviously, if she fails tomorrow, then we'll cut it. We really have to see what the market's going to do. And yeah, that's it for Baidu. Let's go over Open. Open is, still just kind of flagging above this trend line here. Had some kind of push today, but we need to break this trend sometime tomorrow. And yeah, once we break that $6 level, then it's rockabye baby there. Tesla. I know a few of us caught Tesla yesterday. Reason I caught Tesla yesterday, which was massive, is, we just broke out this weekly falling wedge. And not only we came back down, kind of retested it. I had last week's low right here marked. So I saw we broke below it yesterday. Didn't really realize it until I looked somewhere right here. And I saw that we reclaimed it here with some rising volume as well. I saw some flow on it. So, I went long Tesla literally right here. And, this whole move was crazy, right? Swung Tesla into today. This morning, obviously, with the market gapping down, Tesla gapped down just a tad bit, not too crazy. Showed a bit of strength. Broke yesterday's high here, couldn't hold. So I ended up trimming here because it got close to my price target, 383 basically. And once we reclaim back below, I just love runners to do what they do so I can kind of track the trade. And yeah, we'll see what Tesla does tomorrow. But Tesla should be on your radar. There's a lot of flow coming in. Anything above basically 383, and then you reclaim 386. This thing could squeeze, right? This thing could squeeze above 386. So yeah, keep Tesla on watch tomorrow. Another one I'm watching is Netflix, right? Netflix looks beautiful, right? We broke these lows, swept it today, reclaimed it, closed very, very strong today. Rising volume on a daily pin bar. Obviously, after hours, there's like whatever activity going on there. But yeah, I mean, we're holding this demand. Obviously, we fell below 90, then you have nothing but room into 86 for that gap fill. All the way down here, which is where you should probably buy some leaps, right? Netflix is a company that's probably not going to go nowhere. So, highly recommend keeping an eye on Netflix tomorrow, especially if we can get above 92.3. 92.3. We get above that, we could target these highs right here, around 95. And we get above 95, then we could target somewhere around 98 to 100. Right, we'll see what this does. Obviously, it looks very, very good today with the sweep of the lows back into that demand on the hourly. You can kind of see it here, right? All this demand here, and we finally we swept it today and reclaimed. So yeah, we'll see what it does tomorrow. Something I'm definitely keeping an eye out for. And I think that's about it, y'all. I don't really have too much else I'm watching due to FOMC. Yeah, but yeah. Let me know what let me know your thoughts on any charts you guys want me to do on the next go around. Anything you guys want me to cover. I'm gladly to record a video for you guys. And good luck tomorrow. Trade safe. Peace.